So myth busting time. I'm going to be tackling two of the claims that most ceramic nonstick pans make, which is number one, that they're non-toxic, and number two, that they're PFAS free. Let's get into it. So the first myth is that these pans say they're non-toxic. Now, just so you know, this is an unregulated term, meaning there is no certification or regulation behind it. You can literally say this about anything. Some of the materials actually do show to be toxic. They pose various toxicological concerns, including genotoxicity, oxidative stress, inflammation, and are potentially carcinogenic. These ceramic nonstick coatings are not made with real ceramic. Instead, they're made with some of the essential elements that occur in ceramic, but they're made in a laboratory, and they're extremely tiny. These cooking pans have a thin layer of a polymer coating made of either titanium dioxide or silicon dioxide or both. They're sprayed onto the pan, or sometimes that pan is dipped into the solution and then hardened, right? Sometimes there's heat involved. All of this is called a sol gel process, okay? Think of getting like your nails done or spray painting something, okay? Now, most of these coatings are hidden behind a proprietary name, right? Like Thermalon or Thermakind. Or side note, it's 2025. Why do we not know the ingredients in something you want us to spend hundreds of dollars on? But I digress. The part of this that should cause concern is how small these particles are. There are many things that are not toxic in their larger size, like wood, right? But when it gets extremely tiny, they can cause our bodies harm. Wood is not harmful to you, right, in its large form, but wood dust, which are super tiny particles of wood in dust that come off when drilling or sanding wood, now that is linked to cancer. So there's tons of literature on the toxicity of silicon and titanium dioxide nanoparticles, literally massive reviews. And in fact, the EU has actually started regulating these nanoparticles in certain applications, like for food additives and in sunscreens. There's also lots of studies showing that when these nanoparticles are orally ingested, like one would when you're cooking food on it, that they can accumulate in organs like the liver, spleen, and heart and lead to oxidative stress, immune inflammatory response, and mitochondrial damage. Again, the smaller these particles are, the worse they are for you, just like microplastics. There's also tons of studies showing that these coatings come off through normal cooking or washing. They're actually far less durable than a normal Teflon pan, which means you're eating those coatings. So yeah, the claim that these pans are non-toxic, that's arguably false. Number two, so the second claim that lots of these companies make is that they are PFAS free. And technically that's true. Or is it? So PFAS are known as that toxic forever chemical. There's over 10,000 different kinds of them, and they're linked to cancer and they bioaccumulate, all bad, right? The building block of PFAS, this group of chemicals, is fluorine. Many times fluorine is added to other molecules and chemicals that are then used in many industrial processes, including the sol gel process, right? That was the one that they use in order to make ceramic nonstick pans. And guess what? There are multiple studies and patents showing that fluorinated PFAS molecules could be used to make ceramic nonstick pans. And guess what? They actually tested a ceramic nonstick pan a few months ago, and it was found to have PFAS. Now, it wasn't a ton. Obviously, it wasn't like the main ingredient, but PFAS were definitely there in the pan somewhere. All that being said, the real reason I wouldn't recommend using these pans is that they just don't last very long, and that's a big waste of money. You really shouldn't cook your food on a pan that doesn't come with a lifetime warranty. There are so many awesome options out there that are literally gonna last your entire lifetime, give you a really great cooking performance, and are really easy to use.